The other kind of hero is a 2D platformer that has the player solve puzzles using physics while balancing his time and resources. The player will be able to manipulate physics using his own weight and his hookshot. The hookshot will latch on to wooden objects, and then the player will be able to use his weight by leaning back to destroy those objects. As such, he is able to create ramps so that he can progress to his favorite meal, the piece of cake. Every time he eats cake, he will be gaining weight. He can use this weight in a variety of ways. Other than leaning back, he is able to land on certain platforms in a teeter-tot position and launch objects into the opposite direction. As such, he can collect cake and continue on. However, if the player uses brute strength, he loses weight, which makes him very small. If he gets too small, he dies. Though, every time he eats cake, he will grow larger. To mitigate the amount of effort that the player has to use, they may take the option to roll. As they roll, they use no energy. However, they get to the very end. If there is no wall to stop them from rolling, there is a delay, which can cause them to fall off ledges and kill themselves. Item upgrades to keep the puzzles interesting include a bounce shot, exploding shot, and remote detonation. The bounce shot will ricochet off any stone object and latch into any soft object, including wood and cloth. The exploding shot can destroy any stone object, including the platform the player is standing on. However, it does nothing to wooden objects. Remote detonation creates an environment in which skill and precision is used. It will ricochet off any hard object and again latch into any soft object as the bounce shot does, and then the player can detonate it so he can progress through the level. Similar games to this would be Angry Birds and Fat Princess. In Angry Birds, you also launch something in the air. However, in Angry Birds, the goal is to destroy everything that's being protected by the physics subjects. In this game, the goal is to get as much food as you can, which is also one of the goals in Fat Princess, keeping the Fat Princess from being able to be captured because she's too heavy to carry. Weight is very important in this game. If you don't have the weight to move objects, then you're going to be unable to move them and unable to progress, making you restart previous levels. If you have the weight and you use it unwisely, you may also have to redo previous levels to regain that weight to continue. The risks with this is ingenuity. It's going to take a lot of time and effort to create the physics and challenge of this game to keep on par with scaling. The further the player gets, the harder the game needs to be, but it cannot be continually repetitive enough where the player loses interest halfway through. The overall objective is just to complete the levels.